Hello and welcome everyone who is willing to learn more about the competency model for green leadership. I am Adelina Borisova. I hold a PhD in political science. Currently, I am a chief expert in the vocational qualification and licensing directorate in the National Agency for Vocational Education and Training, Bulgaria. My professional experience is more than 10 years in the field of vocational education and training, especially in the development of competence-based qualification standards, implementation of the European tools, ECVET, ECAVET, validation of prior learning in vocational education and training in national settings. Today's lecture is dedicated to the competency model for green leadership. I strongly believed that at the end of the lecture, the audience will be inspired to expand its knowledge on this topic. The content of the lecture includes the following topics of interest. The first one is competence-based management, main principles and specifics. The second topic is related to the human resources management in a green perspective, which means how to implement the green idea in all human resources practices. The third topic gives the general understanding, the guideline of the sustainability practices and way of thinking, the European Sustainability Competence Framework. The last topic I have chosen is to give some examples concerning generic sustainable skills. These skills are identified in very comprehensible scientific study, which I am going to present lately. At the end of the lecture, I'm going to discuss the idea of the sustainable leadership, how to shift traditional management to sustainable leadership, what is the definition of this type of leadership, and how to introduce the green ideas in the leadership management styles. In the conclusion, I prefer to give you some inspirational ideas how to support green leadership in your organization or how to challenge yourself to develop sustainability skills in your daily life. On this slide, you will see the main phases of the competence-based management. The phases are for the following. Planning, when we talk about the goals and performance criteria, planning the competencies for development or setting expectations. The second phase is management and development. Here I can mention, for example, the daily feedback on intermediate performance or application of different motivating styles. Training activities also are here and also some development activities. The third and the last phase are related to the performance appraisal system implemented in the specific organization, and the last one is the remuneration. The absence of any of the above phases leads to dysfunctional reward and evaluation systems. What is extremely important in this sense is to mention what is the role of the competence framework. Here I will cite it, Horton, 2009. A competency framework is both a list of competencies and a tool through which competencies are expressed, assessed, and measured. Competency frameworks provide the roadmap for the behavior that will be assessed, recognized, and rewarded. When we talk about competence-based management, it needs crucial importance to present the main approaches to them, universal and multiple. The first one, universal approach, is characterized as the construction of a competency model include a set of competencies that are applicable to all positions. These common skills, characteristics, and values or benefits are required to achieve effectiveness across a wide range of positions, across all managerial positions and throughout the organization. The multiple approach, for example, defines a set of competencies that correspond to different positions and levels in the organization. It is used in recruitment, performance management, and career planning when position-specific information is needed. On the next slide, I will try to give you one more example about the role of the competencies in the process of hiring the best candidate for a certain job. I'm going to express my idea with the iceberg model of competencies because personally I think that the right person for a particular job is not only the person with the best knowledge and professional skills in a certain area, but this is the person who is able to manage successfully a huge variety of professional situations. As you see from the image, knowledge and skills are visible on the surface of the iceberg. They are easier to change because of proper trainings and skills building exercises. What is difficult to be changed are the following behavior competencies which you can see under the iceberg, like self-image, traits, social role and motives. What we can do in this sense, we should invest efforts in the following activities: coaching, counseling, guidance, developmental exercises. Before proceeding further, first of all, we take up the question: what is green human resources management? Different authors have given different definitions for this term, like green human resources management is the use of human resources management policies to promote the sustainable use of resources within organizations and more generally promotes the causes of environmental sustainability. Green human resources management is directly responsible in creating a green workforce that understands, appreciates and practices green initiative and maintains its green objectives all throughout the human resources management process of recruiting, hiring, training, compensating, developing and advancing the firm's human capital. It refers to the policies, practices and systems that make employees of the organization green for the benefit of the individual, society, natural environment and the business. Within the lecture, I'm going to present briefly the European Sustainability Competence Framework, which contains 4 areas of competence. The first area is embodying sustainability values. This area includes the following competencies: valuing sustainability, supporting fairness, and promoting nature. The second competence area is embracing complexity in the sustainability, which means system thinking, critical thinking, and problem framing. The third area is envisioning sustainable futures, which includes futures literacy, adaptability, and exploratory thinking. The last competence area is acting for sustainability. Here there are 3 competencies: political agency, collective action, and individual initiative. These competencies, for each of them, there are descriptors, and I recommend the audience to familiarize themselves with the European Sustainability Competence Framework, which is available on the internet. You can see the internet website where you can read more about this document. I will talk about generic sustainable skills. As you can see, we can distinguish the following skills: Green skills for green jobs, technical skills, generic skills, which are managerial, and soft green skills for greening the jobs. I would like to put the emphasis on the following important skills. When we talk about technical or specific skills, these skills are particularly relevant for the green economy, for it requires multidisciplinary approaches, including professionals from different backgrounds, like engineers, architects, ecologists, and archaeologists. The specific skills are not completely new, but rather the result of mixing pre-existing competencies. There are several career opportunities of this kind within the green economy. When we talk about generic skills, these skills can be divided into two categories. As I mentioned, generic soft skills like relational and communication talents and being able to work in groups. The second revolves around the generic managerial skills like strategic leadership, innovation skills, creativity, and resource management. A good transversal comprehension of the technological and scientific topics is strongly suggested. In order to complete our topic, I'm going to highlight the synthetic overview of the study skills and competencies for sustainable leadership. You can see on the slide that there are 10 general green skills area, which are the following: landscape skill, communication skills, waste management skill, procurement skill, financial skill, energy skill, and city planning skill. These 10 green skills areas are directly linked to the green jobs and greening the jobs, and you may find the profound overview and also comprehensible information about them on the following internet website. On the next place, something inspiring. A sustainability leader is someone who inspires and supports action towards a better world. Since sustainability transformation affects all sectors and managerial positions, it's of crucial importance to create a level of playing field with regards to generic sustainable skills, including managerial and soft skills. A sustainable leader must have a set of personal characters and managerial traits that enable him or her to lead with empathy inside a multitask-holder environment. When we talk about sustainable leadership, it is crucial to discuss the leadership context, the individual leader, and the leadership actions. Regarding leadership context, I'll give more examples about the internal and external context. The internal context draws attention to the specifics of the sector and industry where the leader acts. Also, the organizational culture and the leadership role are extremely important as well. What about the external context? Here, there are different aspects should have to be considered, such as political, cultural, and community. Concerning the individual leader, it is of great importance here the knowledge, the traits, skills, and styles. The leader should be aware about the global challenges, the change dynamics, the organizational impacts. It is very important the leader to develop some behavior traits, also several vital skills like managing complexity, challenging people, and being innovative, for example. Regarding its styles, it have to be inclusive, visionary, or creative. As far as the leadership actions are concerned, we should take into account both the internal and external contexts. For internal actions, the authors of the Cambridge Sustainability Leadership Model gives the following examples like informed decisions, strategic directions, managing incentives, learning and innovation, people empowerment, performers accountability. and external like cross-sectoral partnerships, sustainable products, sustainability awareness, context transformation, stakeholder, transparency. I recommend this model to the audience because it is very comprehensible, and I suppose it will be very useful for your job. In conclusion, I strongly believe that the lecture will give you an inspiration to learn more about the competency green leadership model by self-studying or making ecological choices in your daily life activities. For example, choosing walking, cycling, or the public transport to go to your work, for example. Personally, I think that all of us should consider green ideas in our work environment. I will give you some ideas to reflect on them. The first one, seeking for green talent for all jobs, which means how to find the proper way to make each job green in a certain way. The second idea is related to the opportunity to conduct vocational trainings for greening the existing jobs. The last idea is considering the establishment of green jobs, green team coaching, and green coaching of managers. As I mentioned previously, the iceberg model of competencies is very important because green skills and sustainability practices are crucial behavior competencies. They are harder to change because their place is under the iceberg model, and each organization should invest time and efforts to provide its employees different kinds of supportive actions and learning tools like mentoring, guidance, counseling, trainings to develop the green skills and guarantee their effective implementation in their working environment. To conclude, at the end of the lecture, the audience you may find an online sources. Moreover, I hope they will be inspiring. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. I wish you a very positive way of learning concerning the green leadership styles and the realization of green ideas in your daily life and also in the human resources management practices in your organization.